Welcome, everybody. My name is Carmen Lepe, and I am an ActiLabs founding ambassador. And today I want to talk to you about marketing and branding yourself and some of the things that you should probably keep in mind when you are promoting your business or even considering getting into this business. For the last few weeks and months, I've been growing my team quite heavily, quite persistently, quite massively. And I'm asked all the time. I'm asked almost daily, how do you do this? How do people know about your business, and how do you share, and what makes you successful? So today I thought I wanted to share a few things to keep in mind when you are considering this business and running this business. So with that said, let me get right into it here. Give me one second. Okay. All right. So once you've made up your mind that you are determined to rise, there's nothing that's going to stop you. So I want to start there because you've got to have the right mindset if you're going to get into this business in the first place, and if you're going to stay in this business. I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to leave because things weren't working out the way I wanted to, but I'm so glad that I've stayed the course and I've stayed consistent. Again, my name is Carmen Lepe. I began my journey not this month, not last month, but 3 years ago with a direct sales company that was presented to me by a friend. Very quite shyly, as a matter of fact, she presented this opportunity to me. And at first I was like, oh, okay, that sounds kind of interesting. I looked at it a little bit more. I ended up signing up for it. And then I saw the potential that there was to make a ton of money. And I decided I can do this. I can make a ton of money in direct sales. So here I am. Fast forward 3 years, and my journey's still going strong. So I am a mother of an 11-year-old beautiful girl. She is my why, my reason. I have a supportive hubby who's been watching me bleed, sweat, and tears all the time. There have been so many challenging days where I just wanted to throw in the towel and go back to corporate America and just be miserable at a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Hope that there's raises and bonuses during the course of the year for your hard work. But I've realized over the last 2 years specifically that nobody's going to pay you what you're worth. You're the only one that can give you what you're worth. And the only way that's going to happen is by pushing yourself forward in the direction that you want and following your passion. And that's it. Through a lot of trial and error, I've learned what I don't want out of this business. And I'm going to share with you today some of the things that have made me who I am, some of the tips that I follow on a daily basis. And one of the things you will not see today is some of the typical training that is given out there in other direct sales companies. So before you start this journey, ask yourself if you're ready for it. And that may seem like a silly question, but it's not. I mean, this journey is something that can give you all your dreams come true. It can give you amazing monetary compensation for your work, for the work of your team, and it can also be devastating at times. I mean, I've seen people put their whole heart and soul into companies just only to see them close, and that actually happened to me. I was with a company until last year in December that announced that after 9 months of putting my whole heart and soul into it and working it so that it was going to grow, and they just shut their doors and sold out to another company. So that was devastating, but it was also a lesson learned and a bridge that I had to travel to find my destination, which is ActiLabs, and I'm so excited for that. So is your mindset in the right place? You've got to have the right mindset. As I mentioned earlier, I learned a few years ago that corporate America and working for somebody else is just not something that I am passionate about. I love human resources. That is my career. I love helping others. I love doing the work. The work is extremely satisfying to me, but not the people that you end up working for and the companies that don't show their appreciation to you. You know, when you work for 3 years and don't see any sort of compensation increase or bonuses, it wears on you. It's really hard to keep putting in all the effort without receiving any additional compensation. So, with that said, are you willing to sacrifice your time, your effort, and your money to build and grow an empire? Because I don't care what anybody tells you, nothing in life is free, but everything worth having will cost you something. So, that cost may be time, maybe your effort, maybe some money, but it will cost you something. So, just keep that in mind before you embark on something. Most companies will offer you a startup kit so that you can get going immediately, but don't be blindsided because you will need to spend something. You'll need to spend either on marketing materials or business cards or banners, trade shows, whatever it is your strategy and how you're going to build this. You're going to spend a little bit of something, and it's not going to be incredible amounts of money either. When you think about starting a brick and mortar business, let's take a liquor store for example, you can expect to pay or have to have invested or loaned an investment of maybe $150,000 to $200,000 just to get that store going, just to even open the door. There's a lot of money that's involved in getting that done and open and launched. And once it's open, you're going to make some sales, and you're going to make some sales every day because you'll have walk-in traffic. But it's going to take some time for you to make a return on your investment. Where with this business, your investment is relatively very low, and you will make a return on your investment pretty quickly as long as you're stressing your sales. Okay. Next, are you ready to be part of something incredible and special? And that's it. There's no other way to describe it. If you are in the right opportunity with the right people, with the right team, it is incredible and special. Every single day, you're going to ask yourself how important your why is, and you've got to remember it every day. Your why is what's going to keep you going, and your why may change from time to time. Right now, my why is to give my family the life that we deserve, the life of being able to go on vacation whenever we want, and take a day off and just relax whenever we want. Have the nice things that, get us from place to place, like your car or your home that you live in. That's my why. But those things can change, and it's okay. Next, are you ready to step out of your comfort zone? And I ask my teammates all the time, what makes you uncomfortable? Let's work on that, because nothing grows in your comfort zone. Absolutely nothing. So if you are uncomfortable with taking photos of your smiley self, you need to get comfortable taking photos of your smiley self if you're going to get into this business, because people are going to want to know you, not your product, not your service, but they're going to want to get to know you. You're promoting yourself, not your product or service. Okay? Next, it's very, very important to choose your partnerships wisely. And what I mean by that is choosing the companies that you're going to align yourself. I've been involved with several different companies, startups, established companies, small, large, and every company has their pluses and minuses, but not every company can provide you the back end and front end support that you need to really be successful when you're presenting yourself to your client. Just remember, you're going to be branding yourself, but then you've also got to have somebody behind you that can deliver the product in a timely fashion, that it can be the quality that they state it is, that it can be something that they stand firmly behind and offer warranties or guarantees or whatever the case might be. If you're not passionate about your product or your service, then it's not going to work. So you've got to find something that you're passionate about and share it. You're going to share, promote, share, promote, share. Nobody likes to be sold. It's absolutely the truth. I don't like to be sold. People like to be. Okay, let me explain it this way. If you go to the store and you come back, and you go to the grocery store, you came back, you made a meal for the family, and then you had a family member come over, you offer them that meal. Your family member says, "Wow, this is really good. What is it? Where'd you get it?" And you're going to say, "Well, yeah, I cooked it, but it's this thing from this store." Your family member, you just shared something with that family member that you liked and you were passionate about, and your family member is like, "Oh wow, I think I need to get me some of that." It's the very same concept. It's very simple, but it's the very same thing that we do in direct sales. So think of it that way. If you're going to be successful for the long term in direct sales, you've got to grow your connections. You've got to grow your network. There's no way that you are going to achieve the results that you want if you have a network of 50 people. So take a look at your social media, take a look at your address book, however you keep in contact with people, and figure out ways to grow that network and connect with more people. There's different ways to do that. On social media, you can interact with others. You can friend request others. You can go into groups and be part of those, part of that community, and grow your network that way. In person, you can do events. You can do trade shows. You can go to meetups where people get together with similar likes and hobbies and just get to know each other. This business is very, very social. When you are connecting with your connections, don't pitch them, don't sell to them, don't express to them immediately from the gate that you are so and so with such and such. It's a turn off. If your connection asks you who you are, what you do, where you're coming from, then they've opened the door to find out more about you. But my recommendation is to just say, "Hello, how are you?" Strike up that conversation and get to know the other person, get to know their needs, their desires before you even talk about you. Make the conversation about you. You've got to devote a few minutes a day to learning about new methods or techniques, and that's a given. That's essential. You've got to spend some time learning about everything that goes on in this business, and Google is an extremely resourceful place to go when you're looking for articles, for blogs, for tools and resources. Just try not to get caught up in the ones that are charging you for learning, for sharing. You shouldn't have to pay for anything that is actually useful. I mean, there are some tools and resources where you might end up finding it useful, and you may end up paying a small fee, but I haven't found any that have really rocked my world. Anything that I've paid for, anyway. Okay, so the next one is always carve out time for yourself and your family. As you get deeper and deeper into this business, you'll find yourself more and more involved in your network, in your connections, in your trying to build those relationships. So you've got to set time for your family. You've got to set off limits times where you're focused on your family and yourself. Okay, it's important. Next, you've got to be yourself. Don't ever be spammy or salesy. I've said that once before, but just be yourself, share, and don't be pitchy. Yes, you've got a sales link. Yes, you've got a website that people can go to. You might even have a 2-minute video that, somebody might be interested in watching, but my recommendation is to not be salesy. I've had tons and tons of people in my inbox try to start a conversation, and then within 2 minutes of the conversation, I'm being sold to. I'm being shown a video. I'm being pitched to. And that's just a complete turnoff for me. If you post on your Facebook timeline, just follow the 80-20 rule. If you don't know what the 80-20 rule is, please Google it. Very simple. Just make sure that you are posting 80% you, yourself, your family, your pets, your vacation, your whatever you're doing this weekend. Fun, positive, exciting things. Keep the negativity off your timeline. Nobody wants to hear how bad your day was today. Just keep it fluffy and simple. And then 20% go into some of the things that are related to your business without going into a sales pitch. Show your excitement for your product or service. Take photos and videos using that product or service. So follow the 20. When you're using the 20%, you want to do your product videos, your service videos, your photos, whatever it is you're doing. Not everybody likes videos or is comfortable with videos or has videos, but you can do lots and lots of photos and commentary surrounding your product or service and showing your passion for it. But try to keep that to the 20%. There are occasions when you are so excited or you're going through a specifically specific moment in your direct sales career where something is happening, like it's a big deal, it's huge, and you might spend a ton of time posting about that. That's okay. I mean, that builds excitement, and you should share your accomplishments. So but in general, over the course of time, follow the 80-20 rule. And lastly, what you want to do after you've spent all that time, effort in connecting with people and adding people to your list and maxing out your friends list, you've got to nurture those relationships. Those people aren't going to do anything with you or for you if they're just sitting there watching you, although some actually will strike up a conversation and ask you out of curiosity, what are you doing? But those are rare. You've got to strike up those conversations. You've got to nurture those relationships. You have to get to know these people and get to know their why and what their needs are, and figure out if your product or service is something that will benefit them. Always make the conversation about them, never about you. Keep the negativity off your timeline. Keep the negativity out of your inbox, and choose the situations where you need to be frustrated and vent. Choose those situations wisely and do them privately. Okay, so that's part of branding yourself. We all have political views and religious views and spiritual views and things like that, but those things are a big turn off to your audience. So try to keep those things to a minimum, because you are going to turn off your audience very quickly. If you're passionate about something, monetize it. Be it. Sell it. Work it. Whether it be singing, whether it be reading, whether it be filmmaking, or typing, or sharing and helping others, monetize your passion. My passion in life, it really truly is to help others, whether it be helping somebody fill out their benefits paperwork, or helping somebody get signed up for my opportunity, or helping somebody learn a new skill or get outside of their comfort zone. That is my passion, and I've chosen to monetize on my passion. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of long, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to post them below. I'm more than happy to talk to you about anything, whether it's anything that I've shared on this video or excuse me, my Acting Labs experience, and I look forward to talking to you soon. You've been absolutely great.